There's a line that separates boys from men. It's not age. It's not size. It's not success or money or status. It's discipline. And most guys never cross that line. They grow older, but they never grow up. They age, but they never mature. They become adult males, but they never become men. Because becoming a man requires something most people aren't willing to give. Discipline. The ability to do what needs to be done whether you feel like it or not. The strength to choose long-term gain over short-term pleasure. The character to keep your word even when it costs you. Boys do what feels good. Men do what is good. Boys follow their feelings. Men follow their commitments. Boys are slaves to their impulses. Men are masters of their choices. And the difference between the two is discipline. Let me show you what I mean. A boy hits the snooze button. A man gets up. A boy waits until he feels motivated. A man creates his own motivation through action. A boy makes excuses. A man makes progress. A boy says he'll do something and doesn't. A man says he'll do something and does it. Even when he doesn't want to. Even when it's hard. Even when nobody's watching. Because his word means something. A boy needs someone to push him. To motivate him. To hold him accountable. A man pushes himself. Motivates himself. Holds himself accountable. Because he understands that nobody's coming to save him. Nobody's going to do the work for him. It's on him. That's discipline. And it's the difference between boys and men. The Bible makes this distinction clear. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 11 says, "When I was a child, I spoke like a child, I thought like a child, I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I gave up childish ways." When I became a man, not when I turned 18, not when I grew facial hair. When I gave up childish ways. When I stopped acting like a boy. When I developed discipline. Because you can be 30, 40, 50 years old and still be a boy. Age doesn't make you a man. Discipline does. Think about what boys do. They prioritize pleasure. They avoid pain. They take the easy way. They quit when things get hard. They blame others when things go wrong. They make promises they don't keep. They start things they don't finish. Boys are controlled by their feelings. If they feel like working out, they work out. If they don't, they don't. If they feel like being faithful, they're faithful. If they don't, they cheat. If they feel like showing up, they show up. If they don't, they disappear. Their entire life is dictated by how they feel in the moment. And that's why their lives are chaos. Because feelings change. Motivation comes and goes. Emotions fluctuate. And if your actions are determined by your feelings, your results will be inconsistent at best and disastrous at worst. Men understand this. They don't wait to feel like it. They don't need to be in the mood. They don't require perfect circumstances. They do what needs to be done because it needs to be done. Period. Proverbs 25 verse 28 says, "A man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls." No walls. No protection. No defense. Completely vulnerable to attack. That's a man without discipline. That's a boy in a man's body. And what happens to cities without walls? They get conquered, pillaged, destroyed. Every single time. Your life is a city. And if you don't have the walls of discipline protecting it, the enemy will walk right in. Temptation will defeat you. Laziness will rob you. Distraction will destroy you. Because you have no defense. Boys have no walls. They're open to every attack. Every temptation. Every distraction. Because they never developed the discipline to protect themselves. Men have walls. Strong walls. High walls. Walls built through years of saying no when they wanted to say yes. Saying yes when they wanted to say no. Doing the hard thing when the easy thing was available. Choosing discipline over comfort again and again and again until those choices became walls that protect everything they've built. Here's another difference. Boys need external motivation. They need someone to pump them up, to give them a pep talk, to convince them to do what they already know they should do. They consume motivation like a drug. Videos, speeches, posts, constantly looking for that hit of inspiration to get them moving. Men don't need that. They have internal motivation. They have a purpose bigger than their feelings. A mission more important than their comfort. a commitment stronger than their mood. They get up early not because they feel like it, but because their purpose demands it. They work hard not because they're motivated, but because their family depends on it. They stay faithful not because it's easy, but because they gave their word. External motivation is temporary. It lasts as long as the video, as long as the speech, as long as the feeling. Then it fades, and you're right back where you started. Internal motivation is permanent. It's rooted in something deeper than emotion. It's connected to identity, to purpose, to character. And it doesn't fade when things get hard. It gets stronger. Boys need to be told what to do. Men decide what needs to be done and do it. Boys need supervision. Men need a mission. Boys need accountability partners. Men hold themselves accountable. Not because accountability is bad. It's not. But because a man who can't discipline himself without external pressure is still a boy. A man who only does the right thing when someone's watching is still a boy. A man who needs someone else to make him keep his commitments is still a boy. Real men discipline themselves. They set their own standards. They keep their own word. They hold themselves to their own commitments. Because they understand that character is what you do when nobody's looking. Hebrews 12 verse 11 says, "For the moment all discipline seems painful rather than pleasant, but later it yields the peaceful fruit of righteousness to those who have been trained by it." All discipline seems painful. Notice it doesn't say, is painful. It says, seems painful. Because discipline isn't actually pain. It's the avoidance of future pain. It's the investment in future gain. It's the price you pay now so you don't have to pay a higher price later. Boys see discipline as pain, so they avoid it. Men see discipline as investment, so they embrace it. Boys focus on the short-term discomfort. Men focus on the long-term result. The boy eats whatever he wants because it feels good now. The man eats what his body needs because he wants to be healthy at 60. The boy stays up late because he's having fun. The man goes to bed because he has work in the morning. The boy spends his money because he wants things now. The man saves his money because he wants security later. Different perspectives. Different priorities. Different results. Here's what most people don't understand about discipline. It's not restrictive. It's liberating. Boys think discipline is a prison. Men know it's freedom. You want to know what prison is? Being a slave to your impulses. Being controlled by your appetites. Being dictated by your feelings. Having no control over your own actions. That's prison. Discipline is freedom. The freedom to choose your future instead of being a victim of your impulses. The freedom to build the life you want instead of settling for what your feelings create. The freedom to become who you're meant to be instead of staying who you've always been. Galatians 5 verse 1 says, "For freedom Christ has set us free. Stand firm therefore, and do not submit again to a yoke of slavery." Freedom. Not slavery to rules. Freedom through discipline. Boys are slaves. To food. To sex. To entertainment. To comfort. To approval. To whatever feels good in the moment. They're not free. They're controlled by things they won't control. Men are free because they've disciplined themselves. They've taken control. They've said no enough times that their appetites no longer control them. They've said yes enough times that their commitments define them. That's freedom. And it only comes through discipline. Let me give you some practical examples. Boys sleep in. Men get up. Boys hit snooze 5 times. Men have one alarm and get up when it goes off. Not because they want to, because they decided to. Boys work out when they feel like it. Men work out on schedule. Rain or shine. Motivated or not. Feeling good or feeling terrible. They work out because it's on the calendar. Because they committed. Because discipline doesn't negotiate with feelings. Boys eat whatever is convenient. Men eat what aligns with their goals. They meal prep. They plan. They choose. Because they understand that you can't out-train a bad diet. And discipline in one area creates discipline in other areas. Boys waste time. Scrolling. Watching. Consuming. Hours disappear and they have nothing to show for it. Men manage time. They know where every hour goes. They're intentional. They're productive. Because they've disciplined themselves to use time wisely. Boys make excuses. I'm tired. I'm busy. I'll start Monday. I'll do it later. I don't have time. I don't have money. I don't have support. Men make decisions. They figure it out. They find a way. They do what needs to be done with what they have from where they are. Boys quit when things get hard. Men push through when things get hard. Boys give up after one failure. Men learn from failure and try again. Boys look for the easy way. Men do the hard work. That's the difference. And it shows up in every area of life. Boys have chaotic finances. Men have budgets. Boys are in debt. Men build wealth. Boys live paycheck to paycheck. Men have savings and investments. Because financial discipline separates the broke from the wealthy. Boys have unstable relationships. Men have committed marriages. Boys chase feelings. Men honor commitments. Boys cheat when tempted. Men remain faithful when tempted. Because relational discipline separates the boys from the men. Boys have unhealthy bodies. Men have strong bodies. Boys eat junk and wonder why they feel terrible. Men fuel their bodies properly. Boys avoid the gym. Men embrace the discomfort. Because physical discipline separates the weak from the strong. Boys have no spiritual life. Men have a relationship with God. Boys pray when they're in trouble. Men pray every day. Boys read the Bible when they feel like it. Men have a consistent time in the Word. Because spiritual discipline separates the shallow from the deep. You see the pattern? Discipline touches everything. It's not just about working out or waking up early. It's about every area of your life. And the areas where you lack discipline are the areas where you're still a boy. You might be disciplined physically but undisciplined financially. You're a boy with money. You might be disciplined professionally but undisciplined spiritually. You're a boy in your faith. You might be disciplined in public but undisciplined in private. You're a boy when nobody's watching. Real men are disciplined in every area. Not perfect, but consistent. Not flawless, but faithful. Not without struggle, but committed to the struggle. Proverbs 12 verse 1 says, "Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but he who hates reproof is stupid." Strong words, but true. If you hate discipline, if you resist it, if you avoid it, you're being stupid. Not harsh. Biblical. Because discipline is what transforms you from who you are into who you could be. It's what closes the gap between your potential and your reality. It's what turns dreams into achievements, wishes into results, boys into men. So here's the question. Are you a boy or a man? Not based on your age, based on your discipline. Do you do what you say you're going to do? Do you keep your commitments even when it's hard? Do you show up even when you don't feel like it? Do you control your appetites or do they control you? Do you make decisions or excuses? Do you quit when it's difficult or push through until it's done? Your answers to those questions reveal whether you're a boy or a man. And if you're honest, you probably have some areas where you're acting like a boy. We all do. The difference is that men acknowledge it and do something about it. Boys make excuses and stay the same. So what are you going to do? Are you going to stay a boy? Controlled by your feelings? Slave to your impulses? Victim of your circumstances? Making excuses? Starting and quitting? Undisciplined? Unreliable? Or are you going to become a man? Master of your choices? Keeper of your word? In control of your actions? Consistent? Disciplined? Dependable? So, the choice is yours. But understand this. Nobody's going to make you disciplined. Nobody can force you to grow up. Nobody can do the work for you. This is on you. You have to decide, today, right now, that you're done being a boy, that you're going to develop the discipline that separates men from boys, that you're going to do what needs to be done whether you feel like it or not. And then you have to prove it, not with words, with actions, not once, every single day. Small decisions, consistent choices, daily discipline. Wake up when you said you would, work out when you planned to, eat what you committed to, save what you decided to, pray when you should, read when you need to, show up when you must. Do it when you don't feel like it. Do it when it's hard. Do it when nobody's watching. Do it when you'd rather quit. Do it until discipline becomes who you are, not just what you do. That's how boys become men. through discipline, through choices, through commitment, through consistency, day after day, week after week, year after year, until one day you look back and realize you're not the same person anymore. You're not a boy controlled by feelings. You're a man controlled by purpose. You're not a slave to impulses. You're a master of choices. You're not weak and undisciplined. You're strong and consistent. You've crossed the line, not because of age, not because of achievements, because of discipline. And once you cross it, you never go back, because you've tasted what it's like to be a man, and nothing about being a boy appeals to you anymore. That's what discipline does. It separates boys from men, and it makes sure you never want to be a boy again.